in Norristown, we have a lot of clubs. We have Drama Club, we have Unidad, then we have Honor Society, and then we also have, which isn't really a club, but I would say an organization, we have JROTC. Are you in JROTC, Detuan? No, neither am I. But a big part of our school is in JROTC, and they're looking into going into the Army, and a lot of them actually have veterans in their family. So for Veterans Day, here in the Comm Center, we did a nice little segment trying to honor some of those that served to protect our country. So I think you should go check it out.
Hi, I'm Siani Sanders here with
Sergeant Shear.
to talk about Veterans Day. So why is Veterans Day so important to you?
Well, I think about all the sacrifices that people made and what the life would be like if we didn't have people who stood up to do the right thing. So you have the chance to do this today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are places where females have no options, certain people from certain backgrounds have no options, and people are willing to hurt each other to maintain power. I mean, what we want is for you and I and people from different backgrounds, religions, races, beliefs to have the opportunity to pursue what they want. And people put their personal desires and interests behind the bigger concepts of our country.
Well, because our country is very important and a lot of people live here. So if you don't serve it, then, well, a lot of things can happen.
So why is Veterans Day important to you?
It's important to me because it's a day to recognize the people who fought in war and the people who fought for our freedom.
So why do you think it's important to serve in the military?
Well, it's important because if no one does it, then everyone's practically like defenseless. So if not one person, then who's gonna do it?
If we wouldn't serve the country, then there would probably be like a lot of wars in the country and all that.
What do you think are the benefits of serving our country?
You get to help the general public, and you get free college if you join the military.
So do you have any veterans in your family?
Well, my grandmother's brother, my Uncle Norman, he was captured in World War II by the Germans, and he was actually Jewish, and he was in a prisoner of war camp. And the funny thing is I used to spend every summer with him down the shore, and I never even knew he was in World War II. He never talked about it until I was old. And then my first assignment, I went to the Berlin Wall. Have you ever heard of the Berlin Wall? It was a city in Europe that kept freedom inside the city once the East Germans like built this wall to stop the spread of like a free way of life. People who are in power will do anything really to stay in power, and that's why our country is so important around the world.
And did you compete? Did you go into the service?
I did 20 years in the service. I was fortunate. I never fought in a war, but it was a good experience. I mean, I traveled to Europe. I've been many places in the United States. So, and I do have friends who fought in the service, and I do have friends that died in 9/11, at the Pentagon. So, I mean, I really have seen, the best and the worst of what it means to be a veteran.
Okay, so do you know anyone that's currently in the military or was in the military?
Yeah, my aunt, a few of my cousins, and a couple of my friends that actually just graduated from here.
People who I know who have served over my 10 years, probably like between 75 and 100. We have a girl, African-American girl. She's a captain. She just left Italy and came back to the United States. And, we really try and get the kids to go to school first. But, I mean, if they want to go and serve, it's a great thing. And we've had people go and, like, fight in Iraq and fight in Afghanistan, and they're back now. And me personally, I've never had a student lost fighting, but, like, I have had friends. So, I mean, we really don't realize how much we have in this country, but we have a lot. I mean, the fact that you can study what you want and go to school or go right in the workforce, a lot of places you just do what you're told, and that's what's great about here.
Okay, thank you. And I'm Siani Sanders here with
Sergeant William Shear.
And we just talked about Veterans Day. Back to the Eagle's Eye.